So for the YouTube viewers, what we're working on is this, the previous and next post buttons. So we've got, hover over it, it's got the title of it, it's got previous, next, and we're going to do it onto the default starter kit that you get. So here goes. So now I'm running off 764.web.local. So I need to find out what these are running off. I think these are text document types. I'm just going to log in on Umbraco. Yep, so this is a text page, and the text page uses text page template. So in the text page it renders the content grid. So let's just do after that ahref equals I'm just going to do hashtag prev. I'm not going to focus on styling these, I'll let you do that. This is just about how I get it to be context aware, or whatever, if that even is the correct thing to say. So I've got my previous and next links. So let's go on to one of these. So previous and next, and I tell you what, I will do a little bit of styling. I'll just use a bit of Bootstrap. So we'll look at that. So we've got prev and prev. And I'll make those 6s. And to really cheat, I'll just hard code the styling of them. And we'll see what that looks like. So we've got next and previous, and I'll just give it a width. Right, that'll do. So the aim of this is to make these dynamic based on whichever page you're on. So as I was saying, what I would start off with is the list of the posts. So we need to know what the list of posts is, and I'm doing this within the template to start with, just because, but I can move it out after. So I want to get the current page template, the current page parent. So I'm going to do I published content parent equals current page dot that. Give that a refresh. It's probably better if I do it in the Visual Studio editor, because we get the help with the syntax and things like that. So if I close that, right, so I've got parent. So I'm going to assume that the children is going to come in a default sort order. So I'm going to go with I enumerable, I published content, children equals parent dot children. Now I've got the children, then I need to get where the current page is based on its position in the children. So I could do int current index equals index children dot index of, and then give it the object, so it will be current page. And why is it complaining? Enumerable I published content doesn't contain index of. Maybe do I need to do a list? Yeah, so I've turned it into a list. So I've got a list of those. So current index is that. So I'm just going to get it to render out what the current index is. I'm just going to get it to say it in a p tag. Right, so it's saying it doesn't find it. So if children index of current page, it doesn't find it. So if I go to basics, doesn't find it. Masterclass, doesn't find it. So what I need to do is a better way of doing it. So I'm going to select the dot select x goes to x dot id, and then I'm going to say that that's a list of ints, and I'm going to get this to check against the ID, so it's going to work out from the parent, its children, where in that list of IDs does this ID show. And hopefully, right, we've got 2 there. So that was masterclasses, so basics will be 1. There we go. and starter kit is 0. So now that we know that, what I'm going to do, just for ease of testing, I'm going to just add some more pages. So if we go to content, I'm just going to create some more random rubbish. And then that way, because I think 3 is not the best for testing this out with. Are you still following me, Tom? So I've got the element at. So now I know what position I'm currently at. So then, in theory, I can say I publish content previous equals null for now, and I publish content next equals null. I can do an if check to say if current index is greater than 0, then prev equals parent dot children dot element at current index minus 1. So that will get me the previous page. And then I want to get, yeah, that's fine. And then I'll say if current index is less than parent dot children dot count minus 1. So that count is obviously because we're working with an index that starts at 0. So I'm doing a count minus 1. So if it's less than count minus 1, then the next equals parent dot children dot element at current index plus 1. And then what we can do is we can then choose to render these buttons. So I can say if prev is not equal to null, then actually I'll have that in there. So the structure is there, but just the choice to render is maybe or maybe not there. So now I'm saying if there is a previous page, then render it, and if there is a next page, then render that. And this keeps getting reset every time the page loads. So let's refresh. So the starter kit is saying there's no previous page, but if we go to we need to actually hook these up now. so it's fair enough, it'll help with the demo. So we can just go to @prev.url and we can do @next.url and then we'll give it a refresh. So now these can actually work. So that's got the link to basics, so we're going to expect to see the starter kit on the left and masterclasses on the right. So we've got masterclasses on the right and on the left the starter kit. And another thing that we can do is do the title, and that can be the name. So that can be prev.name. And this one can be next.name. So now if we give this a refresh, if we hover over this, we've got previous the starter kit and next masterclasses. So if we keep going, next masterclasses, random page, and then that. So that really is about it. So it's a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. That's what she said. But what we can do is we can put this into probably, I'm just trying to work out what's the best thing to put it in. Is it better to put it in a macro, or is it better to put it in just a partial? For now we can just keep it in a partial. It's no big deal. I mean, this is querying every time to get the parent. It's no big deal really. Let's get rid of that. Let's create ourselves a partial and let's call it previous and next. Don't know why it's needing to scaffold anything. There's nothing for it to do. And with this, I'm going to use Umbraco view page. I'm going to inherit Umbraco view page. And I'm going to take what I've done in here, so everything apart from the layout. Don't need that. We'll change that current page, and to be fair, shouldn't have been using current page on the view side. It's okay to use current page on the controller side, but really shouldn't use current page on the view page, so that needs to be model.content. So actually that will be not model, it will be umbraco.assigned content item.parent. So wherever I've got current page, I just need to replace that. So now I've got the logic up here, and then I've got the actual rendering of these. And yeah, it was lazy to hardcode the styles in here, but you could just do a class, so there's no worries. Can you make it look easy? Can you display the name of the page under the buttons? Yeah, can do that. So yeah, let's display the name. Don't know if you're allowed a BR in an A tag, but give it a go. So I can just do @prev.name. I mean, styling's not my forte, as you can probably tell, but you could probably take that over from there. So, the reason that's not showing anything is because we've not called this yet. So all we have to do is take this out of here now. And then we just do @HTML dot render partial prev next. I think that's right. And I think I need to wrap that in squirrels. And then refresh. Right, yeah, so I've got the name of it there. So next is basics. Previous is the starter kit. Basics. Masterclasses. Yeah, so that's it really. It's probably not the most efficient way of doing it. If I thought about it enough, I could probably think of a better way. But I don't see why it's too bad. Obviously, the worst bit about it here is the styles. Shall we solve that? Yeah, let's do that. We may as well. So I'm just going to put a class equals prev next, and then I'm going to call this one prev. So I've got those, and then just go into my style sheet. So let's go with the styles that are prev next primarily. So that's these ones. So that will be .prev next. And then I want one for .prev next .prev. And then I want one for .next. Oh, wrong place. So then I just want to delete these styles now. Makes it a little bit neater now. So the styling's still applied on it. This beautiful styling that I've got going on here is still there. So let's just add a bit to that styling while we're on it. So I want to do maybe text align center. And probably some width auto perhaps, and a bit of padding, 20px. That looks terrible. Maybe we need a bit of, maybe padding 15. Yeah, and just do width 100. Oh, I'm not very good at this. And yeah, I'll probably leave it at that. Oh, there's one more thing we could do. We could use Font Awesome for an arrow left and right. So I don't know if this references Font Awesome or not, but quickest way to reference Font Awesome, just Google Max CDN Font Awesome. Get the script tag off here. Right, so go into the master template and then in here, oops, reference that style sheet. You can copy it and save it locally if you want to. So that's the style sheet, and then if you go to Code Share and go to Font Awesome icon search tool that I made, we can look for an arrow left. So there it is, FA arrow left. So if we go to our Prev Next, what we can do is in front of Prev we can do an I class equals FA, and then paste in that. So that was before the Prev text, and then after the next text we can change that to be right, and then we can just go on the front end and have a look. There we go, so now we've got arrows with it as well, previous and next. With the arrows, what we can do as well on the styling of this is just have a bit of margin, well, make it specific to the left one, can have margin left 20px maybe. There we go, something like that. So I think that's done it really for you. So after all of that, yeah, probably best to change that width to be a min width. And that way, when we get that terrible masterclasses one, yeah, so they'll grow there. And while we're at it, let's do a border radius. See, I didn't think I was visually inclined, if you know what I mean. Face for radio and all that. I didn't think I cared about design, but looking at this, it makes me care about it. Look at that. Rounded buttons here. This is amazing. Should we go crazy and do a bit of bevel emboss? Let's do CSS3 generator. Choose something. Bit of box shadow. Inset horizontal length. I don't know. 10. Color type. Hex. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing here. going to pick that colour. Right, so let's just play with this. So we can go 2. Oh yeah, I like that. 2. Oh, yes. 1. Oh no, we want 20. Oh, that's looking good, that is. Spread. Let's try 2. Oh yeah, quite like that. So I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to stick that in there. I'm going to take off the border radius. Maybe I'll just reduce it to 10. Look at that, can you see that box shadow? Beautiful. Check me out. So yeah, now we've got this previous and next buttons with a bit of box shadow styling on them. And it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that definitely is the end. I'm not sure I like this writing underneath. I'm just going to take this writing off. I know you'd probably keep it on. I just wanted to see what it looks like without it. I'll put it back on after. Yeah, they look beautiful now. Although I can see your point of why you want to see what's next. Yeah. Just have a quick check of the code, see can we make it any clearer or shorter. I always like to refactor it if I can. Don't think there's any need to, is there? Nice and clear, it tells us what's going on. No, we'll leave it at that. What I'm going to do is I wonder if I can post the code in here. Let's have a look at dark mode, chat. I'll create a blog post for this, and I'll just put this code in here so that when I put this on YouTube, the code will be in there as well. I'll stick that on tomorrow, and that's just a previous and next thing. Yeah, it's just a nice little simple one, and really that can be used in anything really. And all you've got to do, if you've got any ordering rules, just apply those ordering rules on the children. Maybe you do want to actually, let's get the children separately so that the children are in the order. So if I do it without the dot selects, that's the children, and then this can be the children IDs, and that can be based on children. If you see what I mean. And then this can be, so that can be INumerable. So we don't need a list yet. Then this can be children IDs, .index of. Whoops. children ID is index of this ID, and then previous is parent.children, so we don't want that, we want children. So again, this is where you'd apply your sorting rules. So you do order by or anything like that there. So I think I've made it as good as I can. I don't usually like to put code inside a view, but I think for something as simple as this, there's no reason why you can't. It's not going to break too many rules. And it does the job, so let's just check that it still works. Yep. Yeah, it still works. And then if you just want the names back on, you just do it with the break and then the at prev.name, so basically what's there. Yeah, that is definitely it now. I'm going to sign off. Didn't see anyone else in the chat. I wonder how many people were in. Probably not many. Don't usually get many on the live ones. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you're watching on YouTube, please click on like and subscribe to my channel. If you're watching on Twitch, thanks for watching. Next time, say hello in the chat, please. And Tom, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was useful for you. And as I say, I'll share the code with you tomorrow in a blog post, just a quick blog post that'll just point to the YouTube video, really. Alright, and it will just share the code. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.